stuck on dinner? This incredible ground beef recipe is perfect for Easter. Last year, I made the same Easter dinner we always have, and honestly, it felt a little boring. I wanted something different, something that felt special yet effortless. That's when I came up with this ground beef dish, and let me tell you, it was the star of the table. The flavors were rich, the texture was tender, and it paired beautifully with everything else on the Easter spread. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. We'll go over the preparation, the best cooking techniques, and the secret ingredients that make it unforgettable. Plus, I'll share common mistakes to avoid, gourmet upgrades, and creative ways to serve it so you can impress everyone at the table. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another delicious recipe from Fun Food Stories. And if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who needs some Easter dinner inspiration. Now let's get started. The secret to making this dish incredible comes down to three things: flavor, versatility, and simplicity. The ground beef is cooked with a blend of fresh herbs, garlic, and onions, creating a deep, savory taste that feels special enough for Easter yet easy enough to make anytime. It pairs beautifully with mashed potatoes, fluffy dinner rolls, or even a golden, cheesy crust if you want to turn it into a pie. The best part, you can make it ahead of time, so you're not stuck in the kitchen while everyone else is celebrating. First, we need the freshest ingredients. I'm using high-quality ground beef, about 80-20 for the perfect balance of juiciness and texture. We're also using onions, garlic, fresh thyme, and rosemary for that warm, festive aroma. To build richness, we'll add a bit of tomato paste and Worcestershire sauce, and if you want to take it to the next level, a splash of red wine will give it a deep, restaurant-quality taste. Before we start cooking, let's prepare the ground beef. Many people skip this step, but seasoning the meat before cooking makes all the difference. In a mixing bowl, I'm adding salt, black pepper, smoked paprika for warmth, oregano for an herby touch, and just a pinch of cinnamon. Yes, cinnamon. It sounds unusual, but trust me, it adds a subtle depth of flavor that makes this dish unforgettable. Using clean hands or a spoon, gently mix the seasoning into the beef, making sure every bite will be packed with flavor. Then, let it sit while we prepare the base. Now, let's talk about prepping the pan. One of the biggest mistakes people make is adding raw ground beef straight to a cold pan. Instead, start by sautéing your onions and garlic in a little olive oil first. This caramelizes them and brings out their natural sweetness, creating a rich base for the dish. Once the onions turn soft and golden, add the seasoned ground beef. Now, here's a trick. Let it sit for a minute before stirring. That's how you get those beautiful crispy browned bits that add so much flavor. If you start stirring too soon, the meat will steam instead of searing, and we don't want that. Now, let's talk about common mistakes that can ruin your ground beef. First, don't overcrowd the pan. If you add too much beef at once, it won't brown properly. Cook in batches if needed to get that deep, rich color. Second, let the beef rest for a few minutes before serving. This helps lock in the juices and makes every bite tender. And third, don't underseason. Ground beef soaks up flavor, so be generous with your spices. Speaking of spices, let's elevate the flavors even more. Once the beef is nicely browned, we'll stir in a bit of tomato paste for richness and Worcestershire sauce for a savory kick. If you really want to impress your guests, add a splash of red wine while the beef is simmering. This deepens the flavor and gives it that elegant, slow-cooked taste that feels gourmet with minimal effort. Let it cook down until the mixture thickens and turns glossy. That's when you know it's perfect. Now, how do we serve it for an Easter feast? There are so many options, but here are three of my favorites. First, serve it over creamy mashed potatoes for a classic, comforting meal. The beef is rich and saucy, and the potatoes soak up every bit of flavor. Second, scoop it into soft dinner rolls and top with melted cheese for a fun, handheld option. Third, turn it into a shepherd's pie by topping it with mashed potatoes and baking it until golden and crispy on top. And fourth, you can enjoy it with slices of boiled eggs, tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrot. And if you have leftovers, don't worry, this dish tastes even better the next day. You can use it as a filling for tacos, mix it with pasta, or even stuff it into bell peppers for a quick and healthy meal. Just store it in an airtight container in the fridge, and it will stay fresh for up to 3 days. And there you have it. The perfect ground beef dish for Easter, easy, flavorful, and guaranteed to be a hit. Let me know in the comments how you plan to serve it. Are you making a cozy Easter dinner or hosting a big family gathering? I'd love to hear about your Easter traditions too. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to Fun Food Stories for more delicious recipes. And if you're looking for something amazing to impress your guests during Easter, stay tuned, because my next video is Crack Eggs into Potatoes, the genius Easter dish that wows everyone. It's simple, delicious, and guaranteed to impress. See you in the next one.